Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the stream, guys, and welcome to the chaps here on Discord. We've got Mac, Paul, and Uncle John, all the old faithfuls, with us. Good morning, guys.
On runway 35.
Morning, and not
flaps,
so much of the
flaps.
old.
You know what I mean.
I do.
Right, so we're back to this bad frame rate at the start. Let's do a quick reload of this mod. Okay, guys, so here's the game plan. I'm not really going to fly from point A to B. The worst we might do might be a circuit. It will also be the best we might do. There are a couple of things that have changed that has now necessitated the fact that I need to create new save files for myself. I've got save files for flying from runway 17, but not from 35. So I think what I'm going to do is I will fly a quick circuit, make some save points, and then we'll use the save points to set
On
up
runway
approaches.
3,
And then
5.
when
flaps,
we do that,
flaps.
we're going to look at how the different mods, show the different displays, because we're looking for something particular. And let's see if this frame rate's better now. Yeah, there we go. Not perfect, but much better. At least it's not stuttering.
Hi Nico. My name is Linda. I will be your first officer for this trip.
Alright, so, okay, let us start with basics first. Get some payload and stuff in here. Let's make it 5.6, that should be fine. Why did that change? Okay. Should be fine. Alright, then the other thing we need to pay attention
On runway
to
3, 5.
we want
On runway
NPS
3,
on.
5.
Yes, that's right. And then we want Ian on. And then we want to go and drag this little thingy over there. See, looks about right. Right, so let's put the VOR first, and then what we're going to do, that's the wrong display. We're going to drag this quickly on the screen. Right, so over here we have EGNOS with the channel number. We're going to use that channel number, and we're going to try and do an LPV approach into runway 35. We'll use 480 as our minimum, and we're going to use 3000 as our mandatory intercept point, and the rest is all standard. So that's the one we're going to do. Sorry, wrong button. The other one is we want to look at the VOR. Just want to quickly save that one to our list at the bottom here as well. And this will be a VOR approach, so we can actually do an EN test as well. Right, I've got three different versions of the mod. I've got 46 full and 46.14, and then the latest one, 47.6. And I know that this does not work in 47.6, so I'm going to use this to do my save flights, because it's the latest version of the save flight that will happen. And if we need to, we'll create another circuit with the other ones if it doesn't read the newer files, which it probably won't. So I'm just saying, just putting it out there.
On runway
couple of things
3,
going
5.
through my
On
mind.
runway 3, 5.
Good morning, Peter. Right, okay, so the first one we're going to look at will be the EN one, because I think I can jippo the system to actually make the EN work. So no worries, no worry, no worry, no worry. Welcome to the stream, Peter. Auto spelling correct and things like that is a pain in the butt, man. Right, so let's continue setting up quickly. Right, okay, so that will be the EGNOS code. That is the actual VOR. Just want to make sure we've got a similar setup on that side. Right. I'm guessing 145. We'll set up now and find out what it should be.
On runway 35. On runway 35.
Right, this time the weather is okay. I don't see clouds, but active sky also doesn't depict clouds, so that should be fine then.
Trim up.
Right, I never checked my trim wheel, so when she's done, we'll move it a little bit and get her to just redo it. Now my trim wheel is kind of in the ballpark.
Trim up.
There you go. You do what you need to do. Right. Peter, it's okay, man. It's okay. You're among family. Don't worry. We don't judge. We just laugh with you and not at you. So don't worry about that. Uncle John. If he's there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. I just want to put you in the spotlight. I just want to mention to the guys that Uncle John fixed up Linda's speech. All right. He spent some time with the developer and he wrote a new script. So you guys must listen out for the new chat and everything that happens. Last night, we were doing a very similar test to this, and while my simulator was paused, I updated my weather, and when I unpaused it, my Zibo was in flames on the ground. So That's about the closest I've ever come to that little error that's been floating around, and it seems to be weather related from my point of view. But the first thing that Linda did after we got going again, she said, "Well, I didn't expect that." Something similar to that? Something? She said something like that. So the timing was just right, and the way she responded was just so cool. So thank you, Uncle John, for the hard work there and the new script that you wrote for us.
Pleasure. In short, what I've done with the script is removed all the stupid comments that she's made and replaced them with more sensible comments.
Yeah.
I'll have to get back to you on that one, Chris. In fact, what I'll do, since it's you, Chris, I'll send you a personal one. I'll send it via Discord.
Yeah, I've just tagged Zibo in this discussion here, Jen. Sorry, my attention got thrown away. I don't like what I'm reading there. Right, okay. So.
Question, Nico.
Yes.
I noticed that you put the ICAO codes for departure and arrival airports before
Yes.
you imported your route.
Yes. Yeah.
Is that new? Is that old?
In the beginning, that's how the Zibo mod worked. You had to, if you wanted to import a route, you had to put the departure and destination in. Then at one point in time, Zibo removed the requirement, so you could physically type in your saved flight, your company route, you know, the name of that flight, and then put it in company route, and it would load it. So when was this? I'm probably gonna lie. I'm guessing. I think it was about Tuesday or Thursday, Tuesday or Wednesday this week. We were doing testing, and I overheard a comment that Alex made to Zibo while we were sitting in the room together, and it was about something not working if you don't put the departure and the destination in. I didn't pay much attention, so when I wanted to fly a route the other night, and I did my usual skipping of those two items and just went straight for the company route, my import didn't work. It simply didn't work. And then obviously we had a bit of information exchange, and I recalled what was said, and the moment I put the departure and destination in, then did the import, it all worked. So I said, okay, well, that's going to be my new standard operating procedure then for doing the import regardless of anything else. So that is how it works at this point in time. I'm not sure if it's going to remain a feature, if that's a temporary workaround for something and all, but as far as I'm concerned, that's the correct way of doing it based upon the evidence during all the testing that we did.
Okay, so that's foolproof.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the foolproof way of doing it.
Excellent.
All right, so for some reason, my engines are very, very soft this morning. Not sure why. Let's have a look, see.
Good morning, gents.
Good morning. Hello, Alex. Okay, Zibo's just answered me. Now I know where I stand. Where's Alex gone to now? Oh, you're back. You're back, Alex. Can you hear me, Alex?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just asking if you can hear me.
Oh, yeah, I can hear you now, yeah.
Alright, okay.
Yeah, I was just reading the what Zibo said about the LPP.
Yeah. Aww. Aww.
You want your toy back?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's disappointing. Sorry, Zibo. Anyway, okay, let's forget about that for now. Let's go do the rest of the stuff. So at least we know not to waste our time on that. But effectively, what is actually said is it cancels this whole test we wanted to do now. So what we're going to do, okay, so I'm going to fly this normal. We're going to use Ian for the approach on the VOR DME approach, and I'm going to save all my safe flights, and then at least I would have accomplished something today, and then I would have a complete set of saved flights for runway 35 configuration. Then it is not a total waste.
That's Zibo.
Huh?
That Zibo message
Flaps
is
5 set.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, Mark has got a lot to say. Okay, forget about that now. Let's concentrate, guys. Let's go. I think I've got everything set. We've got the VORs done. Yes, so let's do safe flight number 1. Just want to get that screen up, make sure it did save it. Yes, it did. Let's go.
Stabilized. Takeoff thrust set. $80 knots. Throttle hold. V1. Rotate. Approaching transition. Positive rate.
Gear up.
Gear up. Approaching transition. Transition altitude. Flaps up. And set. Thousand to level off.
Nice clear-ish morning for a flight. Not bad weather at all.
You know, I got truly stuffed last night.
You guys are so quiet.
Because everybody's watching and concentrating.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be feeling some pressure.
Oh.
I can do some color commentating if you want, you know. I mean, that was a beautiful, gentle left bank if you really want me to start, you know, spicing up the channel a little bit.
Gentle left bank. I saw a little video yesterday of a jockey who won a race, and this lady was doing an interview. Obviously, it comes from some British comedy, and he was actually giving his, you know, a report in the same style as the commentator that did the horse race. You know, as long as we don't go to that extreme, it's okay. Hello, finite flying. Morning. Yeah. No, I'm just sitting here also concentrating, so I was just wondering. Yeah, finite with all the changes that has come into the Zibo mod, we've had to test the actual displays and the behavior of the aircraft. For instance, in this model in 47.6, the Ian is kind of broken, it's wonky. I can Jibbo it to make it work, which I'm going to do this morning just to make it look good. But Zibo's already fixed it, so in the next release that will be fixed. I also discovered, you know, a couple of other issues just with, you know, it takes time to build the mod. This is going on to the 5th week that we've been working on all the different approaches, and Zibo's been coding and we've been testing and all kind of things. At the end of the day, it needs to be exactly as the real aircraft, you know, or as close to as possible to it, you know, to represent it authentically. And for that reason, we need to test it. Alex, that is sitting here with me, is one of the Zibo team pilots, real world pilot, with major skills, and done a lot of the contributing to this project in the last while now, specifically with Ian and stuff like that. I'm not going to elaborate the whole story, it's not important. So he's sitting watching, you know, Zibo obviously have access to my videos, and I'm chatting with Zibo and the rest of the team here on Discord behind the scenes, you know, so we're all just doing our little bit. Right, so we are about to descend. That's all set up. Might as well put the seat belts back on. And after the descent started, I'm going to say flight number 3. I want to do it early on because this is a hell of a steep descent getting down from here. So you'll also watch me use the speed brake quite a bit. It's unfortunately one of those tricky approaches where you've got to do what you got to do.
Nico.
Yes, Alex.
It's not actually written in the manuals, but do you guys actually know the parameters for how the IAN works and when the data block becomes available and when the pointers become available and all that kind of stuff?
Zibo has given me some indication, but we don't go into that detail really when we share the kind of information. So what I know is what I got from Zibo. But whether the users know that I don't think they do.
Okay.
Christer, yeah, I'll have to look into that, and then we can speak to Zibo about that, of course. dip harshly now. Christer, now why would anybody give two ICAO codes, identical ICAO codes, to two different airports? That doesn't make sense. Where does that come from, as a matter of interest? Right, so flight 3 in the bag. I'm not sure what you're asking, but if you mean it can control the speed, I'm not sure if that's implemented. I really don't know. You'll probably use a level change if you want to control speed, but it's not the way that you think it works. It doesn't work the way you think it works. Right, so that's dip number 1. Dip number 2 comes up later. So we'll wait it out.
Which airport is this?
LPPR, Porto. Alex, I do most of my testing here because apart from GLS, I mean, it's got LPV, VOR, ILS, all kinds of approaches, so I can do most of everything here except the GLS.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a nice 11,000 foot circuit. It takes about 26 minutes from Toga till landing, you know, so it's a very quick way if you really want to do all the phases of flight, because you go through transitions and you go to a cruise and all. It's a very, very nice place to test.
Okay, nice, man.
One of the Zibo pilot group guys, Mario, he introduced me to this place 3 years ago already. We've been flying here ever since.
If it works, man.
Yeah. Right, so flight 4. Not going any further than that. Right, here's our next dip. What I'm going to do, I'm going to assist a little bit, pull some flaps and put speed brakes out. Right, so there we have our anticipation cues, little ghost pointers. Right, so in this model, what happens is until such time as your localizer is actually centered, you shouldn't enable the approach button. And that is what Zibo's fixed now with the next release that you guys will get. So if you press it now, it's going to go just parallel to the final approach course and stick to that, which is not what we want. We want it on the final approach course.
Okay, I see. You're compensating. Okay.
Yeah. So we'll
just makes you focus.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I always say to the guys, yeah, you know, you're the pilot in command. You got to do what you got to do. You know, no point in arguing. Just do it.
Exactly. You fly the plane doesn't fly you.
Flaps 5 set.
Alright, so when we are now established on that final approach course, we can hit our approach button.
I'm not tired, honestly.
There we go.
Transition level.
Alright, and that gives me all my safe flight situations that I need. Anyway, while we're here, we might as well land and complete the circuit. Hello, Amar. Good morning.
Flaps 15 set. Flaps 30 set.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Birch altitude set.
Taxi lights on. Thousand to level off.
Approaching 3-5.
Approaching minimums. 400. Minimums. 300. 200. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use. Stabilized.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Knots. Yeah.
Right, well,
Brilliant landing. Nice one, sir.
there's no point in doing the test with the older version because of what Zibo just said. So, I'm not sure. I think that basically really concludes this whole test. Nothing more, nothing less. Thank you, Uncle John. Where did you put that in the Discord?
Because I'm.
Did you put it in the Discord or Facebook? Question.
I've now put it in our Facebook Zibo Pilots group.
Okay, Zibo Pilots Group Facebook. Alright, well, guys, then you can go and enjoy it. Okay, so, well, unless there's any questions or anything, that actually concludes this flight. That's it. We did what we wanted to do, and now it's waiting for Zibo for the next fix, and then the testing starts again, make sure everything works, and all those other nice things.
On runway 35.
Right,
on
okay.
runway
You guys
3,
must have a
5.
good rest of your Saturday then, and look out for another stream announcement maybe later on, depending on what happens. I would love to do at least 1 or 2 flights for the world tour this weekend, but under the circumstances, it might be a bit delayed. So anyway, thank you guys for watching, and happy days. Yeah, enjoy yourself. Bye bye for now.
Thank you, Nico.
Yeah, welcome. Bye.
Thanks, Nico.